With the like futuristic noises that the motors make, I just think that is so much fun. Hello and welcome back to the Hot Cars channel. My name is Amanda Cline and this week we have the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 9. Now if the Hyundai Ioniq 9 is giving off any kind of vibes, it's kind of giving me like futuristic family SUV vibes. It also kind of reminds me of like an Astro van, but from the future. Now that's not a bad thing. The Hyundai Ioniq 9, whatever they set out to deliver in this 3-row electric SUV, Hyundai nailed it. The interior is super comfortable. It's got tons of standard systems and safety systems that are really easy to use, has thoughtful features all over the place, and it has a pretty long range. Now, if you want the rear-wheel drive entry-level Ioniq 9 for this year, it's only about $58,000. And the range on that is going to be a little higher. It's about 335 miles. This is the calligraphy performance design, so it's going to be the top of the line trim, and it's all-wheel drive. This one is going to start at around 76,000 for this year, and it has a range of 311 miles. Ours has a few additions that are this super cool gold paint job. This is gravity gold matte paint. That's $1,000. The vehicle to load charger, which is a $200 upgrade. And then you also have cool carpet mats on the inside, which are another $200 upgrade. That's gonna bring the total for this test vehicle up to $79,500 out the door. But as always, what exactly do you get for that $79,000? Let me show you. The Ioniq 9 has 422 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque, which is quite a bit, and it's made it pretty fun to drive. It's actually faster than you would think for being a 3-row SUV. But while we're at the front here, I want to point out the pixel lights. These pixel lights are kind of a hallmark of Hyundai's design these days, and especially the Ioniq. You're going to see this shape and these lights kind of all throughout the design of the vehicle, on the inside and on the outside. But I actually think that they're really cool. They're super expressive and they give the car a ton of personality. So when you're walking up to it and you unlock it, it kind of shines a cool light in your eyes and just has a really cool design. When you have your turn signals on, they look like little eyes or little hands waving at you. And I just think they're really cool. Let's see if the front will. My gosh, that was so loud. So we have a frunk up here for a little extra storage, or you know, if you're at a football game or something and you want to put all of your valuables out of eyesight, you can put them in here. We have some chargers up here right now, but there is a tiny little bit of space up at the front here, which is always nice to have because most people aren't going to assume that you have stuff in the frunk. We're going to try that again. I did it. The Hyundai Ioniq 9 charges very quickly, but one of the joys of having an electric vehicle is kind of pulling up to a random EV charger that you don't know anything about and seeing how the process goes. So we're gonna try that now. We are gonna, ta-da, we're gonna go to this charger, which is just a random charger that I've never used before, and see how this goes. I do think it wants me to plug it in first, so. Not the right adapter. Hyundai does give you a few adapters back here, so we're gonna see if we have the right one. I think that's the right one. The energy rate is 0.03 cents per kilowatt hour, okay. They're gonna place a $50 hold on my account. Let's do Apple Pay to speed this process up a little. So the car is only at 60%, but we wanted to see how fast it charged. Again, I don't really know much about this charger, so it could be slow, it could be fast, but we'll see what sort of charging it gives us. It's showing us that it's charging. The adapter that we talked about earlier is that vehicle to load adapter. That's also in the back. That's a $200 upgrade, but that's gonna allow you to power different things like if you're camping or if you want to use this to charge up your devices, you're gonna want that adapter. It is $200, but I think that having the Hyundai one directly from the factory is a good idea. You can buy them aftermarket if you don't kind of order it with your car, so no worries about that, but that is a nice upgrade that we have here. I just got into the car for the first time after starting the charger, And apparently this is a very slow charger. It says that we will be done charging in 7 hours and 30 minutes. So this is basically just like plugging it into your regular outlet at home. We have not gained any battery since we plugged it in, so we are still at 60%. So there you go. You just never know what kind of charger you're gonna pull up to. All right, we're gonna stop charging now. This app doesn't really tell us anything. It says our total cost is 9 cents, and it says that we are at 62%. So we've been here for like 20 or 25 minutes and we've got 2%. So we're gonna unplug it because I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna hit stop charging and we'll see what it says. We're just in a neighborhood, so I wouldn't judge this guy too harshly either. That cost us 95 cents and we added 3.15 kilowatt hours of energy. Wow. So you could just leave your car here all day and hopefully you would get like 5 minutes. $50 hold release. Okay, so we're done. I should remove this. How do you think we take this off? You think I'm gonna have to Google it? Oh, there we go, okay. Now, this is where you would plug in that vehicle to load charger that we were talking about. And we do have a nice little button that's gonna close it for us. And we are done charging. I would definitely try this at a fast charger next time, but I kind of wanted to see what the experience was like, just pulling up to a random charger that we found on PlugShare and seeing how it was going. But if I was on a road trip and I needed fast charging and more than 95 cents worth of charging, I would probably opt for something that gives you a little more information before you stop at it. These are 21-inch alloy wheels that come on our Ioniq 9 test vehicle, and these are a cool turbine design. I think that the new two-tone kind of color scheme that we have going on here looks really nice with our gravity gold matte paint, and I really like that automakers are giving us funky wheels instead of just like boring 5-spokes, so I think this turbine design looks really cool. There's one important thing that I want to point out here. These tires are actually EV sound absorbing tires. So Hyundai has worked really hard on making the cabin of this vehicle quiet. There's a lot of active noise cancellation, and these tires are a big part of that. So sound noise when you're on the highway, these are very quiet and just kind of add to the whole package of making the Ioniq 9 quiet and comfortable on the interior. Another hallmark of the Ioniq 9 exterior design is this eyebrow or the wheel arch here. It looks different when it's body color, but on some of the trim levels, it's a different color than the rest of the car. And everyone takes kind of issue with the fact that it looks like an eyebrow over the tire. I didn't really notice it until people started pointing it out, but I do think that it looks kind of funny. But again, it adds to the personality of the car and how expressive it looks with the front end, so I'm not mad about it. Hyundai did a good job with the door handles on here too. They are flush, but when you walk up to the car with the key, it's going to, again, it's got so much personality. It wakes up, it opens the door for you, and then you are ready to get in. And then when you're done and you lock the car, they go back, your mirrors fold, and it's ready for naps. The interior design of the Ioniq 9 has a lot of thoughtful features, but we're gonna start at the front here with the steering wheel. Now the steering wheel has all of the important buttons that you're gonna want at your fingertips, but again, it also has these pixel lights that right now are green because we're charging, but more of the pixel lights, you're gonna see them here and again, just throughout the vehicle. You have a 12.3-inch screen here that's gonna give you all of your pertinent information for speed, your range, all of that is going to be displayed right here. We also have a head-up display. So if for some reason you can't see it here, it's gonna be on the head-up display, which is always really nice. You don't have to take your eyes off the road to get that information. So this is a 12.3-inch screen. This is also a 12.3-inch screen, but they're connected here and they give kind of an infinity pool vibe. This is going to be your touch screen that controls all of your information like Your ambient lighting, you can change the colors for that. Your car settings, your safety system settings, all of that is going to be controlled here through this touch screen. And it is a great touch screen. It's very responsive. It's easy to find through everything that you're gonna wanna change. You even have all of your sports teams on there, which whatever, if you want to keep up with your sports while you're in the car, Hyundai allows you to do that. But one thing that I really like is that your climate controls and some of your musical controls are down here. The musical controls are actual buttons and you have real dials. Your climate controls are going to be touch, but I'm not mad about them. Even after just a few days of driving the Ioniq, I've been able to adjust the fan speed and kind of adjust the temperature without looking. So even though these aren't real buttons, I like the placement of them, and I think that they are really easy to get used to. They did a good job with putting those there. Even though these are split up a little bit by the air conditioning vents, I think having the air conditioning vents here is really great. They do a good job. We're in Florida. This is very important for our lifestyle, so I'm not mad about this setup right here. Now, right underneath your climate controls, you have 3 USB chargers. You have your 12 volt right there. And then the name of the game here is storage. There is storage under there. There is more storage under there where I have my gimbal hiding. And then here is more storage. Now this entire thing moves up and back 7 inches. So if you have a tower of donuts and you want to keep an eye on it because you're going to a party, you can put them there and keep an eye on it and kind of send this back. If you want to let the kids use this, you can send it back. Then you can also move it forward. This piece, it's kind of hard to do. It's going to open that way, more storage, but it's also going to open this way for more storage for the kids in the back or your adult friends, whatever the case may be. So plenty of storage in there. And I do think that the design of the entire car looks really nice. There's some aluminum. You're gonna see that ambient lighting in here and it looks really nice. We have a panoramic sunroof up there. And then while we are up here, we have to talk about the gear selector. I call it the Prindle. The Prindle is right here. Now, there's nothing wrong with the Prindle. You're gonna flick it back to go to reverse. You're gonna flick it forward to go into drive. And then this is going to be your park button. No issues with that. I'm sure you would get used to it. And the fact that it's not here and you have a lot of more storage and versatile space makes sense that it would be up on the stalk over here. But one thing that is interesting is that the stop start button is right here. So when you need to turn on the car or turn off the car, you're gonna have to press this button right here. And I thought that I was doing a good job with it, but yesterday when I went shopping, I didn't turn off the car at all, and then I didn't lock the car at all because I thought that it locked and I just didn't hear it. So I left the car on and unlocked while I was shopping for like an hour. So, you know, just remember to turn the car off and lock it before you go shopping for an hour and just leave your Ioniq 9 unlocked. The Ioniq 9 is very quiet, like we talked about. They use double pane glass to ensure that the road noise was less. And then they also have these little acoustic control buttons that help kind of absorb sound and keep it quiet in here. We actually rescued a cat the other day, and I was worried that the cat was going to freak out. It was in an engine bay for a few days, but we ended up taking the cat in the back of this car because it's just so quiet. I thought it might be a good space for him to kind of relax on after his journey in an engine bay, but it really is super quiet in here. So if you're trying to nap, you can take a nap in here. These seats actually go all the way back. So if you're in line and waiting for the kids, or you're at work and you just want to take a nap, you can put this seat all the way down. Like, it's still going. It's like you're at the dentist or something. And another thing is you can press this button here and put this seat back. I don't think I've ever seen a control like that on the side of a seat, but look, perhaps your passenger princess fell asleep on you and you want them to get better rest. You can just let them lay down and voila, now you can both take a nap. The emphasis back here is definitely passenger comfort. Our Ioniq 9 has a setup for 6, so all 6 seats are going to be spacious and comfortable. You can get a setup for 7 if you want to, which will give you 3 seats in the 3rd row, but ours only has 6, which I think gives you a lot of space for whoever you are going to put in the back. Our seats back here, these captain's chairs, are heated and ventilated, but this has a tri-zone climate control, so you can kind of adjust it. If someone is super cold in the third row, you can make them warmer, which is nice. You can kind of cater to whoever is in the car. But like I mentioned, the emphasis here is on passenger comfort. So everything that you have in the front seat, the passengers are gonna have back here. You can adjust your temps from right here. You have more storage. You can put stuff in there and move this all the way back. Like if you have food, you go through the Chick-fil-A drive-thru and want to put all your French fries in here, whatever, no judgment. But your heated and ventilated seats are right here. You have big cup holders on this side. And then one thing that I think is really cool is you have chargers, USB plugs on the back of these chairs here. So you can stay charged up and not have to go anywhere. I just think that that's a cool placement for them, because even if you have a really short cord, you're still gonna be able to stay plugged in back here. And this gives you really easy access to the third row. One thing that I was super disappointed about, I went to the global reveal of this car, and the Korean version, you can swivel the seats to face the third row. We don't get that because of safety regulations, safety regulations, but still you have easy access to the back. They're not gonna swivel, but these are very comfortable and spacious seats in the second row. All right, I'm gonna press this button and move our seat up. Look how cool that is. So again, super easy access to the third row. It does everything for you. Now we're gonna get back here. And I don't know if I press this, if it'll, oh yeah, it will go back, okay. So you can see how spacious this row is back here. I mean, it's probably gonna go back pretty far, but you could move it forward. I would feel comfortable with putting an adult back here. It's spacious enough, and because there's only 2 seats, you're gonna have extra room. I would probably move this forward. There's a ton of space in front of the second row, so don't judge this knee area too harshly. Back here, we have more charging plugs. You have a USB plug over there and one on that side. And then you do have the ability to put, oh, well, I just tried to put my own seat down. But you can put these back. So again, we're all about napping in the Ioniq 9. You can put the seat back and take a nap. One thing that I think is kind of funny back here is that you only have 1 cup holder on this side and a little snack holder. And then on this side, you have 2 cup holders. So if you're the hungry one, I guess you go on the left side, and if you're the thirsty one, you go on the right side, because you get 2 cup holders over there. So this is the third row, suitable for adults. They made great use of this space back here, and it's super comfortable. On the back end here, you can see more of those really cool pixel lights. They're kind of foggy right now, but I think that the back end of the Ioniq 9 looks really nice. And again, it ties into the whole pixel light theme that we have going on at the front and at the interior. We're gonna open this up. We do have a power door. Whee! So you have more pixel lights down here. You have more pixel lights down here, and then you have some more up here. So they're literally everywhere, and the longer you look at it, the more you see them. But now we are in the cargo area, and I filled it with stuff just for you guys so you could see how much stuff you can hold back there. With the third row up, you have 21 cubic feet of space. With the third row folded, you have 46 cubic feet of space, and with the both rows folded, including the second row, you have 86 cubic feet of space. When I was researching this, I saw a lot of people that had 2 or 3 kids and big dogs, or they had 1 kid and a bunch of dogs, whatever the case may be. The fact that these seats fold and you have so much room gives you a lot of options for storage and for toting around your entire family, whether that's dogs or humans or golf bags. Now, while we're back here, another important element is that you can tow with the Ioniq 9. Your rear-wheel drive options are going to be able to tow 3,500 pounds, while this one can tow 5,000 pounds. We've talked about the inside of the Hyundai Ioniq 9, the outside of the Ioniq 9, so all that's left to do is take it for a drive. And make sure I press the start-stop button. But all right, we're gonna drive this bad boy down to the beach. Can you hear how quiet it is in here? Okay, that was to 60. I just kind of sprung that on you, but I wanted to try it. This thing moves. I mean, it will get out of the way. Getting up to highway speed, no issues at all for this guy. One thing I love about Hyundai and Genesis vehicles is that when you turn on the turn signal, you can see your blind spot, and that is one of my favorite features on these cars because it gives you such a great viewpoint of the side of the car, which you can obviously see in your mirrors, but sometimes when those cars are hiding in your blind spot, having that extra camera over there is really, really invaluable, and that is definitely one of my favorite features on these vehicles in general. This handles very well on the road. The suspension does a nice job, the steering feels good. I mean, for driving around a 6,000 pound like large SUV, and our driver assistance systems are really, really good. I think that they are up there with some of the best that I've ever tried. We're gonna turn on our lane keep assist and our cruise control. And look, we're going around a curve, and in front of me, I can see the curve on here. I can also see it on the head-up display, and it did a really good job of keeping us in the line. One thing I will say is that this has the longest length of time that you don't have to put your hands on the wheel that I've seen in a vehicle with this sort of technology. I mean, it took like 40 seconds. Don't use that to your advantage or anything, but all right, we have some cars in front of us, so we'll see how this does. It's slowing us down already. I'm not pressing the brake. I'm not pressing the gas. I do have the distance set pretty close, so we are close to this beautiful Chevy Cruze in front of us. But we'll see what happens when we start the car back up again. It is telling me that there are vehicles in front of us. It's just displaying them as a box. I'm not pressing anything. It is getting us back up to speed with the cars in front of us and keeping us in the lane at the same time. It's not the Ioniq 9's fault that this very large work truck is going very slowly. But I tested this in traffic the other day, heavier traffic with more cars everywhere, and it also did a really great job. I felt like it was actually going to stop when we hit a red light, and it just did a really nice job of making me feel safe while all of these systems are engaged. And I know that's a really tough job. This is not easy software. This is not easy to build from the ground up. This is very, very hard to do, and I do feel safe driving the Ioniq 9 around. And this is its first year on the market, so getting all of those things correct on the first year as you just hit the 3-row SUV electric market, which is like a really scary place to be entering right now, especially as a vehicle. Another thing that I should mention is that this is assembled in Georgia. So with all of these crazy tariffs going on, which depending on when you're watching this video, who knows what that status will be, it is avoiding those super hefty price increases that a lot of vehicles that are built outside of the USA are encountering right now. The Ioniq 9 really delivers on all of the promises that Hyundai made. It's got a cohesive design language on the interior and exterior. It just looks really great, and the interior has all of those thoughtful features that are going to make it easy to live with no matter what you're doing. If you're toting around golf clubs or dogs or your family, whatever it is, everyone inside and everything inside is going to have a comfortable seat, plenty of places to keep their phones charged, and cup holders out the wazoo. Hyundai really did a great job making a comfortable, quiet, safe electric SUV, and I think that this is definitely going to be worth a try if you are in the market for one of those. While you're here on the channel, feel free to watch some of our other reviews. Please like and subscribe. My name is Amanda Cline. This is the Hyundai Ioniq 9. Thank you so much for watching. Clear my windshield. Goodbye.